Hey friends, welcome to this week's episode of Not Your Mama's Podcast. I'm so excited. We have Gil, a dynamic health and wellness coach and co-founder of PowerMom, dedicated to transforming lives through a holistic approach to health and financial well-being. Gil, thank you so much for coming on and, enlightening us about empowerment.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited. I know my partner has been here before, so you recommended me to be here and talk to you today. So I appreciate it, and thanks for your time.
Yeah. So, what key advice do you have for someone looking to, make that positive transformation and having that long-lasting change in their health and wellness journey?
Yeah, depending where you're coming from, like what's your goal? If your goal is really to lose weight or it's something that comes through mindset, I think the first thing you can implement is something that's sustainable. Because that's what I see most people fail because they want to go all in, they go like crash diets, they try to go so hard because they want that goal so bad, and then they're not able to sustain it. It's actually a study that says for people that lose weight within a year, 70% of the people gain all the weight back.
Mm.
Within 3 years, 85% of the people. And within 4 years, it's 95. So that means that 95% diets fail, which
Yeah.
is crazy. So if you implement something that's sustainable, that's actually, that's because the hard thing is people to be dedicated, have consistency, and just keep doing the same thing over and over. If that step is going to be too hard, too complicated, you have to work out this many hours, you have to eat
Mm-hmm.
this much, it's so aggressive, people are not going to be able to sustain it. So it has to be sustainable. That's easy to implement.
Parents, you need The Addicted Child, A Parent's Guide to Adolescent Substance Abuse by Richard Capriola. It's a must-have for understanding teen substance use and learning the warning signs every parent should know. The Addicted Child, A Parent's Guide to Adolescent Substance Abuse by Richard Capriola. And here's the kicker. Richard spills the beans on explaining substance used by today's adolescents and how drugs work in the teen brain. He's even included important warning signs for self-harm and eating disorders and how to find the right help for your teen. And the best part is, you're getting all of these mind-blowing insights without breaking the bank. If you're a parent or know someone who is, this book is going to be your secret weapon. Kindle or paperback, grab your copy on Amazon or go to helptheaddictedchild.com. Insights in this book are pure gold. And spread the word, share the love, and let's empower ourselves with knowledge. What practical tips can you share for individuals who kind of incorporate, those healthy habits and continue those routines and not, to feel extremely overwhelmed? I know you're talking about sustainability, but what are
Mhm.
some actual tips that someone can use to keep that consistency?
Yeah, for like if it comes from a weight loss standpoint, I feel like the first thing we like to do, first of all, we like to do the blood work because we want to see, how healthy you actually are, and consult with the doctor, a longevity doctor, especially. And then from there, we really like to implement intermittent fasting, just because for the people that used to eat all the time, just by skipping breakfast is a game changer for those kind of people. And then if you don't like to work out or you don't normally work out, just by starting with 10 minutes, 50 minutes daily, which
Mm-hmm.
doesn't seem 50 minutes, everyone can do it, right? So it's not like, oh, I have to go to the gym, learn how to use all these machines. No, just have a stationary bike at home. You're going to go for a walk, stuff that's very simple. And then obviously the diet and nutrition is super important. And then we pretty much put a game plan together. Like, this is what you're going to do. This is the first time you're going to eat. This is the kind of foods you're going to avoid. This is the kind of foods you will prefer to choose. And just by doing that small step, which is nothing aggressive, it's just like, oh, I just skip breakfast. I don't have to think about it. Great.
Mm-hmm.
So intermittent fasting, 16-hour daily. So I have maybe stop eating at 8 p.m. and start eating at 12 p.m. next day. Okay, cool. I can do that.
Yeah.
Drink more water. Great. So that's nothing crazy. Another thing we do with a mindset, because mindset is really a big deal when it comes
Yeah, it's like
to
the whole
weight
thing.
loss. Right. So we implement some books as well. We have Atomic Habits, which we love, especially for people that are kind of creating new systems and new habits, because that's what's gonna keep you, you know, the sustained habits, sustained actions that you have every day, right? So
Yeah.
how to implement them. And normally it's like if you have one habit you do every day, you implement another one. So people that forget to take their vitamins, if you have your vitamins next to when you brush your teeth, You brush your teeth every morning, every day. I brush my teeth and I take my vitamins. So it's
Mhm.
like easy to implement. So yeah, we just try to stay away from everything that's complicated, and we anything is complex, and we make it very simple. That's
Mhm.
the easiest way to start.
I know, like for me, like I'll be on track, I'm doing so good, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna like reward myself, like whatever that looks like. And then sometimes it's just downward downhill spiral from there, and I'm like, oh man, I haven't done what I was supposed to be doing because I was just too busy like giving myself a pat on the back, I guess, like for doing so well for like a month, and I feel like that's like what we do a lot too. It's like, oh, we're doing
Yeah.
well, and then we kind of like give up on ourselves because for whatever reason, you know what I mean? And I think it is super important to keep that like mental game strong, and having people like you to, keep someone on track and have that like accountability. Introducing Ashton Rodenheiser, our visionary, our graphic magician. Step into the extraordinary world of visual storytelling with Ashton, our graphic magician. Experience the magic of turning ideas into captivating visuals where every stroke sparks creativity and ignites imagination. Passionate about empowering moms, kids, and women, Ashton transforms learning and communication through her giant charts and visual note taking expertise. With Mind Eye Creative Consulting, she's on a mission to uplift creativity and help others communicate ideas effectively. Ashton's silent illustrations break down complex concepts into easily understandable visuals, inspiring others to embrace her techniques. Join Ashton as she teaches sketchnoting skills to students and professionals, making doodling and drawing their best thinking and learning tools. Join her at sketchnote.school. And I know like within PowerMan, you do like your coaching and like, so how do you approach like your coaching, others to achieve that permanent weight loss and increase that energy that they're looking for, and what are some common misconceptions you often encounter that, you help people overcome?
Yeah. So number one, definitely the accountability is a big deal, right? Because we literally here babysitting all the way. And my goal, and this is not great for business, but that's my philosophy. My goal is to teach you everything that I know in 3 months, which is plenty of time for you to learn that. So then you don't need me. I know that's not good for business because then I have to recycle people every 3 months, right? But that means that you are set for life because you
Mhm.
built new systems, you built a new lifestyle. And believe me, when you feel amazing, you don't want to go back. You
Yeah.
definitely don't want to go back. Misconceptions is people think, oh, I need to starve to lose weight. And that's so far from the truth because when you actually give these people like what they can eat, they're like, I'm actually eating a lot more food than I was before. How I'm going to lose weight? It was like, well, that's the difference between eating 400 grams of vegetables, right,
Hmm.
or a cheeseburger at
Yeah.
McDonald's. So you're eating 100 calories or 900. So it's
Yeah.
like people say, I eat so little, but I gain weight. I don't know why. It's like, what's your selection of foods? And most people
Quality.
think most of the times they think they're eating healthy. They come to us like, I'm eating healthy, all right. Look, this is what I'm eating. I'm eating fried chicken from Chick-fil-A. I was like, yeah, that's not it.
So, in your experience with Empower Men, what are some fundamental steps individuals can take to enhance, both their physical and financial well-being, simultaneously? Because I think you kind of help people with the financial sector of it too, right?
Mhm. Yeah, we wanted to overcome every objection. That's how we start the business because, we noticed that, clinics or, any like wellness brand is like, hey, come here, buy this from me and you'll be healthy. But it was never like some sort of like, I help you back. So we wanted to create that, like something that would help you back. And we know that health and finance goes together, right? You
Hmm.
could say, hey, I need you to eat organic every day. I need to take these supplements to go to the gym. And the person, yeah, I'd love to, but I have no money. And we're like, how
Exactly.
can we address those people? So for us, like that's what Brad came into the picture when we're trying to create this business because Brad has a financial background. I'm more like the health wellness guy, and he's more the finance dude. So we kind of like put these things together where we first of all we're gonna help you save $1,000 because that's how much the lowest program we have is $1,000. So if I can save you $1,000, then you're not spending more money. You're just repurposing that money that you're already spending.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously there's a referral that is, we have a referral program that we have to, our goal was for these people to come to get a transformation 90 days and be completely free.
Yeah.
That was our goal. So, if you get your finances right, then we overcome that objection. And then it's like, oh, it's too hard, or I have no time. Perfect. This is exactly for you, because this is for people that have no time.
Yeah.
It's like, how comes? Like, because you already, you're probably not managing your time properly, because most people have 15, 20 minutes a day. If you don't have 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day, like something is wrong. Then you're not prioritizing your health. You have to.
Yeah.
So when you go through, it's pretty much we do an audit in people's finances and in people's health. And we just like, and it's very individual, it's very different from person to person. So it's hard for me to say this is the system for everybody, but because everyone is different. But we pretty much come to their lives, do an audit, see what the things are wrong that come like really quick. When someone is talking within 15 minutes, we already know, okay, this is what you need.
Yeah.
And we come with a strategy.
And you can pretty much do this from anywhere. You don't have to be, living in your location. This can be something that you can help like over Zoom. Like it doesn't matter. Like you're not limited to an area. So that's what's great. You have like a big reach. You can help anybody.
That's correct. We have 4 calls a week. So Mondays are the accountability call. That's
Mhm.
where we like put the intentions and the homework for the week. On Wednesdays mornings, the recap of the accountability call for the people that couldn't be on Monday. And
Mhm.
then at 6 p.m. is more of like a network call, for individuals, entrepreneurs like ourselves come together like, hey, what do you do? How can I help you? How can we help me? How can we like help each other? It's
Mhm.
more like that. And on Fridays at 12 p.m., it's my call where I come with some new longevity protocols and what's new biohacking, or I bring some specialists, some doctors, some nutrition specialists, so we can educate our members.
Yeah. And the most important thing is education and knowledge. You're not going to be able to get to where you're going if you're not educated in knowledge. And I really love the fact that you guys bring in experts to kind of add that little extra sprinkle on, someone's health and wellness journey.
Yeah, because everyone is different. Obviously, there is always new things, new research coming out, and you have to be updated with that. And the best way to be updated with that is not saying you know it all, because we don't know it all. So we bring people that do know it all, because that's all they do. So you
Mhm.
can't compete. I can be here, like, can be a great accountability coach. Because a lot of this is psychology as well. Like you said, mindset is literally everything. And for these people, a lot of these people really is believe they can, because most of these guys, like you see, they come in, they're like 50, 60 pounds overweight, no self-esteem,
Yeah.
completely like, these people like, I wish I could run through my driveway to my front door. That's how they come to us. And when we tell them like, I can promise you that 90 days from today, you'll be a different person. And they kind of like don't really understand it. Like, what are you, different person? But when it comes to day 45, halfway, they're already different people.
Yeah.
They talk different. They have a lot more self-esteem. What is really self-esteem is you keep the promises you make, right? If you keep
Exactly.
making
Yeah.
promises, tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym, tomorrow I'm going to, and then you don't, then you're just disappointing yourself, which brings your value down. Then you don't trust yourself. Then you feel like you have no value, right? So it's really like repurposing and fixing their mentality. And then by day 90, when they lose 50, 60 pounds, different people,
Yeah.
completely different people.
And I really like that you're focusing on men because I do sometimes feel men get lost in like the noise of things going on. I feel like they're a little forgotten about sometimes because it's like men have it different in the world than women. And, there is like a mental health crisis, I think, in our men. And so I really like that you're focused on really helping them because we all are important, and we all matter. And, men's struggles are different than women's struggles. And I really appreciate, taking the time to kind of help, forge our men and make them great.
Yeah, the difference between men and women, and we thought about that in the beginning. Like, should we just have men? Should we have both? And the reason we didn't have both is because sometimes, like, men or women wouldn't feel comfortable to share certain things because there is a man in the room or there's a woman in the
Yeah.
room. So we wanted
Mhm.
to separate that for them to feel comfortable. And second is because women talk. Women go like, "Listen, I'm struggling with this. Like I need help," but men don't.
Exactly.
Men is just like, I don't want to share my emotions, my feelings, like they see as a weakness. So we really create a space where we allow that to happen. And it happens a lot. Like, I can give you an example. Like, we had this person that came in, lost a lot of weight, from no confidence to feeling now cocky, almost like very confident, very happy, very comfortable with himself. And then his partner started getting insecure
Mm,
and saying, and they're not very happy for his success. And we're like, there is no reason for that to happen because she should be happy for you, right?
yeah.
But it's that insecurity. It's like, oh, is he gonna leave me now because he looks so good, right? It's just
Yeah.
like, and then we had to address that. And we love Jay Shetty, so we recommend actually his book for them to read together.
Mm-hmm.
So when communication improves, like you have to ask her like, why do you feel this way? Like just listen to her. Literally, you don't have to do much more. Just listen, right? Communicate to her like, listen, I'm improving my health to be better for myself and for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then listen to what she has to say and understand where she's coming from. And the moment they start talking and reading together, 2 weeks later, is like, this is my relationship is the best ever been. I'm happy. I'm the healthiest I've ever been. So it's hard to explain even what we do because it's so many levels of this. There's a
Yeah.
financial part, there's a health part, there is a relationship part. Like, it's very complex, but very purpose driven.
I love it. Well, Gil, it is time for the Power Mom Chronicles, and I cannot wait to dive in and figure out what your answers are. And my first one to you is, what's a game-changing lesson life has taught you?
Well, I just kind of just said that, like, sometimes you just believe you can do things that you before you didn't. Like, I'm from Portugal. I'm from a very small village. When I left, we were 900 people in my village. Okay, so very, very, very small.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really think you can because you haven't seen a role model that have done it. So
Yeah.
sometimes you have to be your role model and you have to do it and create a path for other people to follow.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a great answer. And then my second one to you is, reflecting on your journey, what practical lessons or insights can our listeners apply to improve their own lives?
Yeah, I think you can do so much more than you think. Listen, like I was just to give you that example, I'm from Portugal, right? I haven't even speak English. It's Portuguese, right? From small
Yeah.
village. Like I had to leave school at 14 years old, so I haven't really an education. So for
Mm-hmm.
me to think I could be living in America, that's like no way, right?
Yeah.
Or travel the world. I actually I don't know if you know my background. I work as the international model for the last 13 years, so
Mm-hmm.
I've traveled pretty much in every country.
Mm-hmm.
And have lived in periods like in Europe for Paris for 3 months, Milan for 3 months, in Singapore, and I've just traveled all around Europe and Asia and all of those places. So it's just like you can do so much more than you think, and it's
Yeah.
that's kind of a big lesson for me because I feel like I revisit that all the time.
Yeah. Well, you're your own role model, you know?
That's it.
Yeah, I love it. And then offer a piece of wisdom for moms, men, anybody really striving to find their own strength and voice.
Piece of wisdom. I mean, if it has to do with the life or career, like for me, was what I am really good at it that other people find it really hard. So for
Mhm.
me, it was health.
Yeah.
Very, very comes very easy. Very passionate. I love it. I've been doing like martial arts. I compete. I do all that stuff. So for me, it was like that comes very easy, and but for other people, it feels very hard. So that's what I find my passion to do something that I'm empowering other people to strive to be better, and that is the money, that is the purpose, that the overall happiness. So that's what was for me.
And the best advice you've ever received.
Best advice I ever received. Hmm, that's a hard one. Um, I don't know. Best advice I ever received. I don't know. That's a very deep question. I guess I had a lot of different moments in my life. I don't know. I actually don't have an answer. I'll come back for that.
I
I'll
feel like for some reason, I feel like just saying, just do it. You know,
yeah, I
just
guess.
do it. Like you can
Yeah.
do it. Like, you are more powerful than you think you are. I don't know. I just took it from like the Nike logo. Like, just do it.
Hmm. Yeah,
Not that
most of
that
the
was
times
your
we're in our
answer,
head.
but that's like what I was thinking.
No, yeah, no, that has some because I do remember like first time I got an opportunity to model, I was like 20 years old, and I'm like, I don't even know what this is because I didn't know what being a model meant. Like, you want to be a model? Is like, what is that? Like, I didn't know. I'm from a village. I made shoes for a living. That's the you know what I mean. I didn't know anything. I didn't speak English, nothing. So it was more just get started, just get moving. Basically just do like you were just saying, but it's just get started because when you get started, then you'll learn things, you will go through things, and when you look back, it has been 20 years, and you're like, wow, if I never started, I would never be here, right? So I
Hmm.
guess you're right. Just get started, just do it.
All right, Gail. Well, thank you so much for coming on this week's episode of Not Your Mama's Podcast. All of his links are down below in the show notes. Don't be shy, go say hi, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.